of the first experiment in this episode. Automatic private access to the player. After powering on the NFC 322, we'll select loop playback as the 7 bases for Mi Fa Sol Rack. Each one softly and gently fades away. After playing the Q suspension vaccine, repeat the Divine Ring. It is a must-have entry point for the NFC 322 music project. We see the second experiment. For convenience, I also wore some occasional fruit. When the cat is filled with the cat, the color will change. You can also skip the Zui Guo. Follow-up effect directly feeding on Mao Dubangshin's nutrition would also change him. Next, let's talk about the period used by everyone today, because there was no connection to bee or burial objects. This is our organ responsible for converting electrical signals into sound. Here, I will explain the core principle. There is no vibration source inside the Y1 Fengming wire. A square wave signal of a specific frequency must be fed to it. This is what causes vibration. The input square wave signal is different. The vibration frequency of the Fengming vessel is different. The pitch we hear also varies. For example, a square wave with 202 core words will emit more in the center. This is the core logic behind our music playback. The NPN Type 3 series library. Its core function is current amplification. Use a small asterisk to control the main annex. Protect the ES-132 development version. 3. Current group. Currently, we use 1,000 euros for construction. Next, everyone will demonstrate the generation. Code section, line 1. First line.
Ye's control notes are compared.
IO-14. The second line, video rate. The second row contains note frequency data. The 7 digits are. Got it. The strawberries stir in their excitement. The waves reach their peak. 7 bases of international standard frequencies. The unit is kz. Here, let's play a rotten action style as a disc. Make code more streamlined. 2 parameters. 3. Block is the frequency of the music to play. September yuan is a popular streaming market. The workplace is easy to maintain. LEDC white tone. ASP 3.5万，误犯5。Its function is to make the designated comb produce the corresponding frequency of P to flatten the air. The household stirred the wind and the bright vessels and generated them. The 02 shout allows the assistant to keep playing straight ahead. VU. After the direct play ends, we set the hardest P drum grade to 0. Stop the foaming artifact. This step is initializing LC and shaking a drop of channel C. It is key to ASP3 occurring. We use the LEDC TTT count. Its Chinese name is to bind the silver foot of the torch to the torch. ESV3 LEDC PWM on the passage. The Sun turn count is the silver foot after the weekday. PWM resolution rate. Here we use the 8-bit separation rate. That is the range of conditions from 0 to 255. Come to the use of Minky in the middle of the district. On regular days, we silently took 2,000. See the Lord Myth shouting the numbers. The core is very simple. It's a mythical revival. As an exception, our first 7 are due to corruption in the Ping days. Once you die, use playback to count. Each one plays for 300 milliseconds. Each playback is suspended for 50 milliseconds, so that there is a barrier between them, so they won't live together. After all other skins finish streaming, the queue is suspended and the vaccine starts from scratch. Next, let me demonstrate the wiring. This is the forward line we need. Minchi was placed in the center. It needs to clearly distinguish between the numbers and the correct and the opposite phase. 1,500 peaks are sufficient. The The three sections must be more flat than the teacher's end. Main. IOE 4日1 will arrive. Period. Control segment. Simple profit. Alright, next up, done. What do we do a bit? Today, we have the ability to avoid blood loss. Please make a volume change. And no blood loss. Come on, give 胎住100%。Let's not miss out on the present. Next, we see Shia. Here, we use the red definition to name each factor frequency compared to the number of captures by the landing horse. Such loans are more mobile. When writing about loan horses, technical numbers are not used. Just write. Just go through the motions. Changing the frequency of the immortal to change the day only requires the first round of red. Very convenient. Here, we also added a new high-frequency multi-C-Wife competitor. 5023 households have completed 8 of their payable tasks. Exactly 8 degrees. Next, the angle is first. First, we come first. The lead angle of the burial vessel is 25. First, 8. Touch leading angles lead to 8 emotional views. This assistant, USV 320 only supports specific GFIO. These shadow angles are officially supported touch channels, so don't be careless. Swap in the shadow corner. Next is LCD PWM. Next is the definition of the genus Kawa in LCD PWM. As in the previous code, here we specify the PWM channel, making code more financially viable. We put the coping and dark followers of the red film in and forward. Touch shadow angle corresponds. The first shadow corner is the first to handle one-dimensional push. It seems that the horse's quality is a cinematic sense of foresight. This is the core of touch detection. The ESP 12 touch rate refers to a single value. When there is no eye-catching moment, The film refers to stability. The value of the return is large. When we use counting and touching with our hands to draw out the angles, the capacitance of the energy body changes the capacitance at the lead angle. The value of the return will decrease if we set a pre-stop of 30. When the set number is 30, it is judged as fingers touching the eyes. Next is the exchange for Hanshu, starting with the change of serial port. Not only is it rated as a wastebone near 2天, used to print out countless fingers and 0 degrees, small matters. Then use the negative book to swap 8 out of the silver foot as input. Mode ready to retrieve the model number. Finally, bind the LED CP to enter the main channel. Draw the output horn of the Fengming device and the previous code item, seeing the main inquiry ring and the new slave step. This is the entire electronic type and the new slave class. First, we are a re-inquiry ring consisting of 8 horns per second. This is the classic microcontroller button kneading machine. The keyboard keys we use daily all use this pre-key. It uses the current less traced silver touch value for Lu and Lu Chun set inside centerware. Then, the value of each silver ratio is printed through the incision. After detecting the initial touch, call LEDRIGDALM to play corresponding to this shadow character's info. Hold on for a round and stop happening. This way, each time we first touch, it will correspond to a corresponding application. It has implemented electronic talking and execution functions. Next, let me demonstrate the wiring. Building on the 11 rock as a foundation, we will follow up on the 4th, 15th, 3rd, and 12, 14, 2, 7, 3, 3, 3, 3, 8, 8th corner of the first arc. Follow. The car hurried back to the shrine. Early in the morning, I settled down on the road. Light flick. Do we get electricity? Everyone hopes. We change it by touching different silver horns, making it non-silver. Drop, drop. Compare the experiment at the beginning. Using fish, dried fruit turns into silver drops.